That is a wise move. Knowing the dark trajectory of this investigation, it would be wise to divorce the registry from it.
Just seems a little bit cold leaving you out in the dirt like that.
I think it's excellent. Now it all depends on how the Marshal's going to spin it, eh?
I will tell Fabio that you have been dismissed from the case. He will likely still request that I watch you, seeing how close we are to learning what the artifacts actually did. But at least you will no longer associate this with the registry.
Ah, how wonderful it is to have such an honest spy among us now.
Better an honest spy than a deceitful friend. Now, I take my leave. The Judge Master should hear this from me in person.
I wonder what'll happen when she finds out that we've been keeping things from her.
You know about the artifacts. Cicero, how does... Cicero? Are you all right?
I'm fine. Just...
Help!
Who's that?
Someone in trouble. What are they doing here?
Tristan! There is something beyond this wall, and it is not going to hold much longer. Tristan!
Do not let them pass.
What happened?
Faye, a few of my men and I were walking through the hallways when they attacked. I don't know where they came from.
There are more of them beyond.
Yes. Allow me to recover, and I will summon the portiere.
We don't have the time. Rest well. Lucia's office.
No surprise the mists are thickest here.
Palov!
This is torture.
We have to get him out of here.
The chair has been bolted to the ground. We must remove the stakes.
We're going to get you out of here, but we need to remove these stakes. Do you understand?
No, Cicero, no!
What?
Thank you. Thank you.
How is he?
Lost a lot of blood, but he'll make it.
We'll take over from here.
We will meet again soon, Cicero.
Cicero, are you all right?
Fine. I'd like to take a look around. Find out how this happened.
Of course. I'll leave you to it.
Song's sake. What was all this about?
Summoning Faye with his blood.
How?
She had agents within these walls. Must have done this before she pulled them out.
But why? What did she hope to achieve?
Keep searching. The sunken star.
Did you say something?
No, nothing. Did you find anything?
Nothing but moldy old cases.
Same.
Well, I don't think there's anything left for us here. We should go.
To the Hall of Songs?
Calden. I'll go. The both of you can head back to the Estiguary. I'll meet you there.
Cicero, did something happen in the prison?
What?
You seem, I don't know, a little off.
I just need some rest. It's getting late.
There you are!
Kyrie!
Cicero, you need to see this.
All right, you can leave after this. Come on.
By the blood. What is this?
You were right, Cicero. Your theory that the Fae were made of the mist was correct, but I've spent the past few days distilling it. Look at how bestial it is. There is no sense of order about it whatsoever. Now, look at this.
It's inquisitive.
And I spilt no blood.
How?
You were right about the mists. They are the building blocks of the Fae. Places with a higher density of the mist have more Fae, but what you mistook was the trigger.
Not blood, clearly.
It's... oh, how do I put this? Emotion is a close approximate. I don't think our language has an equivalent. It's, a state of mind. It's an experience. It's a...
Scythe?
Yes, exactly.
What's that?
Scythe. It was something the Dementicate were trained to manipulate as they matured, though we've never learnt what for. It roughly translates to different mediums of thought, of being. It's difficult to explain. You're saying that various Scythe create various Fae?
Yes, pain is easy to replicate, and the Fae that produces seems base, but this one...
What were you thinking of?
The first day that I was a Vegelus, walking into the Conoscenza, seeing all the knowledge that was at my fingertips.
And different states, feelings, thoughts, create different Fae?
If there is enough mist in the vicinity, yes. I haven't boiled it down to a science yet, but it's definitely on the way there.
Well, this is more than enough. Thank you, Kyrie.
Of course. Rest well, Cicero.
2 stops. The first, the Estiguary. We'll be dropping Armadea and Vasco off there. Then we'll head to the Hall of Songs.
All right, sir. And that, brother, is the history of the Terrald family, from the start to their gory demise. Brother? Are you asleep? Hey!
7th Canticle, Coins and Kin.
Oh, brother.
Don't be too harsh on him, Elena. It's been a tiring few days.
I know.
I should be back soon with the Mariner.
We'll be here.
I apologize. Did I interrupt something?
Venera, you may leave us. I will be in good company with the Inspitore. Come, Cicero, have a seat, please. I can hear an ache in your voice.
Were you in the middle of a composition?
I was, in fact, for the 8th Canticle.
So soon? The Canticle hasn't even been declared over.
I know, but this is the last year of this Canticle's 15th Masura. If anything is to happen in the coming months that should spell the end of the Canticle, I'd like to at least be prepared. Composing a song that chronicles 60 years' worth of events is not something that one does in an evening. But there is something on your mind, isn't there? I can hear the ripples of unease in your words.
It's just... how do you do it, Mirabaz?
Well, first, you have to look at all the major events that take...
I mean carrying such a responsibility. A whole society rides upon this hall. Your hall. How do you handle something like that?
When I lost my eyes, some 28 years ago, do you know what I missed the most during the years after?
The faces of the dozens of handsome men that threw themselves at your feet?
Oh no, Cicero. There were only 7 that did that. No, I missed seeing smiles. Of all the years that I've been a songstress, those were the hardest.
But you pulled through them.
I drifted, more accurately. In a situation like that, can someone truly ever know what direction to head in? I thought about it, day and night, about how I could make myself feel the way I did before. How I could find that passion that I had lost along with my sight.
And you found your answer?
No. My answer found me, I'd say. It came from a small boy who had been ambushed by thugs outside this very hall and had been screaming for help.
And you rushed out, blind as you were, masquerine on your face, and you sang.
And sing I did, with all the strength in my bones.
The flames that roared that night. Ages. I still remember the look on their faces.
I scooped the little boy up and brought him into this hall. On our way in, he whispered a little something in my ear. Do you remember what he said?
Thank you. And you're very pretty.
So he did. So he did. And that was the first time that I realized that you don't need to see the smile. You can just as easily hear it.
Thank you, Mirabas. It was nice to hear that story again.
But that was not the answer that you were looking for, was it?
In all honesty, I don't even know what I'm looking for. But that's enough sullenness. I'm here for a mariner, Calden. I think he might have just had a song sung.
He did, in fact. Razatov Azarus. A tragedy. He was such a sweet man. He'd been visiting the hall quite frequently over the past few months.
Razatov? Whatever for?
The Zoric culture across the sea believes that a person can sense when their time is up. They tend to try to tie up as many loose ends in the world as they can. He had me help him put a song into a chime, specifically for his brother, telling me to hand it to him in case this happened. It's like he knew.
And the mariner is somewhere on the tree?
Yes, at his Legacies branch.
Then that's where I'll be. Thank you for the story again, Mirabas. Vint?
Sir,
How's he holding up?
you should talk to him. I think he'd like that.
He composed this himself. He came by and asked Mirabas to help him put it into this chime. Did he know?
Your brother was no fool.
Then why? Why chase a storm in rough seas?
Because he felt that he had to.
He never told anyone this, but he harbored a religion. A Sharmu, an Elysian religion. He liked to believe that there was an afterlife, a promised land that we'd go to after we passed.
I heard it in the last verse of the song.
I want so badly to believe that he's right.
A ray of light in a sea of shadows. A source of hope in a mire of despair. I think he would have liked to be remembered that way.
If my brother felt that he needed to do this, to find these artifacts, then we must.
And so we will.
And as I guessed, the Judge Master has no wishes to act. Not yet.
Well, he'll have to keep waiting, won't he? We don't have any leads.
What about the golden canvas?
The portieri have searched it already. Nothing.
And my brother's work? Is there anything we can follow up on?
Nothing that hasn't already been checked out. We still don't know why he was creating Fae, but unfortunately, I don't know if we'll ever find out now.
It's true. Razatov's death has staunched the flow of the investigation. All the answers in his mind, now lost.
But that can't be it. There has to be more to this.
Just a day ago, you had a gaze that could turn your victims to stone.
Well, some lessons can be learnt in a day.
It's late. We should get some rest.
What about our next step?
We'll convene tomorrow morning. Hopefully we'll have more ideas then.
You're supposed to be resting.
I don't get it.
What?
Razatov was in search of the artifacts. Artifacts that turned the Dementicate into Masquerines.
So?
They... How do they fit into all this? Why was Razatov creating them? What do they have to do with the artifacts?
Amadea.
We're missing something, Cicero, and if I could just...
Amadea! It's been a long day.
We're so close to... something. I can feel it. Teetering on the precipice of change.
Rather dramatic?
It's just like 5 years ago, when I thought Cyrus would... You're right. It's been a long day. I'll finish up here soon and go to bed.
Amadea.
I promise. Good night, Cicero.
Should you need me,
Thank you.
good night, Mariner.
Raz?
She told me about her father. Said she knew how it felt to lose someone close.
Too common an experience in this city.
She might be a little rigid, but she isn't half as bad as I'd first thought. Neither is Vasco, actually. People have always said us Umbrians hide behind masks and facades. But perhaps not all masks are worn to hide dark secrets.
Go to bed, Calden. It's late.
Rather bad shape.
He has been rather quiet. Oh, Cicero.
Yes?
Cicero!
Is this something I should be hearing?
Vasco was telling me about what happened to the Golden Canvas. I'd been wondering what all the ruckus was about.
You and your family got out safely, though?
Barely. Livia and Damien have gone to bed. They're not used to such excitement. But enough about our escape. I heard you weren't so lucky.
No, I wasn't.
What happened in there, Cicero?
Nothing, Ven. I'm just tired.
Then you should be heading to bed now.
No more than any of you.
You're right. Just one more drink then, and I'll be off.
There. We're going out for a short ride, all right? Nothing to make a fuss over. Who's there? You heard that, didn't you? I'm not crazy. No, let's go.
You are here for a reason, Cicero. Is it insanity for the gull to veer from the storm front?
All right, not too bad. Now, all right, bad, but manageable, as long as... Oh, come on! Oh. Are you following me? Ah, the quiet types, I see. Well, I look forward to some deep conversation then. Come on, let's go.
Lucia?
Just in time, Cicero.
What are you? Lucia!
This is it then? Well, I suppose it was nice knowing you two. Huh.
Ages.
Beautiful, isn't it?
You just tried to kill me.
No. I knew you'd survive. I just wanted to show you how powerful they were. And now you've seen. I promise there's no ambush this time. Just you and me.
I hope you've prepared your answers.
In Ombric, we'd call it Barati. They were once one of the Dementicate's many weapons. These were carriers of Masquerines, built to use them to fight, expand their empire.
How?
They use Masquerines without fear of salting. They might not use the Medea very well, but untamed fire will still burn.
They were effective?
The Dementicate Empire spanned the entire continent. Altamir, Evamus, Lystra, everything.
Forming the Dactytes, getting the artifacts, fishing up ancient weapons. Why?
What this city needs is a proper leader.
What are you planning?
Semora's crown is too volatile to juggle. and too large to overthrow. There is only one other avenue.
You want to topple the registry?
Yes. Once the Crown sees the power we wield, believe me, they will submit. And if they don't...
Are you listening to yourself? The streets will run with blood if you...
A necessary price.
For what?
Another cataclysm. Another is coming, Cicero. The Lady has foreseen it. And the city will not survive it unless it stands united.
Again, the Lady. Why do you keep...
She led me to this! This is the heart. One piece to creating Masquerines.
How?
She is Fae.
Fae. They are mindless.
They used to be Dementicati.
Impossible.
Don't tell me you don't see it. When Masquerines are destroyed, what is left behind?
Mists.
Yes! Masquerines, Dementicati, Fae. All things of this land, all with secrets from the past.
This is madness.
Cicero!
Enough, Lucia.
Listen to me, Cicero!
Enough!
Remember, you came here of your own accord. Think what it would mean to try to stop me with the powers I have on my side. Powers you can scarcely even begin to understand. What it would mean for your friends.
You would not hurt them?
Not if I didn't need to. And you know them. You can keep them out of harm's way. Or you can drag them into the deep with you.
Where do we begin?
The first thing you must do is learn the histories of the land. The knowledge the Vedulists have on the Dementicati is but a fraction of the truth. This will teach you everything you need to know about the ancient people. Then you will truly understand. Until then, however, we must...
Cicero! We need to go.
What's going on?
The Portieri. They followed you. We tried to...
Do not let the traitor leave!
Defend me!
Sir, the creatures are too strong.
Bring down the pillars.
What?
Are you deaf, Valencio?
Sir, we have men.
We cannot let the traitor live.
Sir, Cicero is still there.
I don't care. Now do it.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
There's only one way out of this, and it is up.
You cannot lift us all up!
I can try.
It has been tried, Vasco, hundreds of times, and everyone who has tried has salted.
Thankfully, this is my first attempt.
Vasco!
I will not abandon you. Not this time.
What?
Now, be a dear and keep the falling rocks away from me.
Jump! Vasco! Can you hear me? He's salting. He needs help.
The Estiguary. Elena has some herbs that might help.
I'll get the coach.
Hang in there. How is he?
His body has stabilized.
And everything else?
He isn't awake yet. I had to give him a mixture of Redsworth and Avondale to stop the seizures.
How long?
The next few minutes. That combination is potent, but it doesn't last very long.
How did you know?
Elena heard you taking one of the horses. She told us, and we followed you to the Sunken Star. I wanted to go in after you, but Vasco said you needed space.
And the Portieri?
We weren't the only ones who were chasing your tail. Not long after we arrived at the Sunken Star, we saw Portieri approach. That's when we decided to go in after you.
How did they know?
Vasco suspects that Avestis sent someone to follow you, too. He probably suspected that you were hiding something. And you were.
I told you this investigation might bring us to darker places.
So?
I failed before. The War of Bearings, Lysandra, Razatov, all failures, all because I'm not good enough.
You think you're responsible for us?
I'm in charge of this investigation. Where I go, so do you.
Because I want to! And I'm sure I speak on behalf of at least 2 of the others when I say that. You say that you feel responsible for us. Then think about us. How do you think we feel when you run off with your secrets like that?
Calden, you don't know what we're going up against.
And still, I choose to stay. To follow you. Now you think about what that means.
Vasco? Vasco, listen to me. Vasco! Can you hear me? If you understand me, nod. Good. Now calm down. Everything will be all right. What is it?
I can't.
You can't speak.
Why?
Vasco, stop.
Why? Cicero.
Vasco, please.
No! Why?
You salted.
Salted?
In the ruins. To get us out.
I remember. For you.
I know. I know.
Please. Go.
Inspectore.
What are you doing?
Cicero! What is...
My arm, please.
Will you please explain yourself?
Thank you.
Inspectore, what are you...
Quiet, please.
What is he doing?
Shaith. He's creating a Fae.
What's he done?
Amadea, tell it we mean no harm.
My Dementica isn't that...
Try.
Shaishta... Iguan... Tufisgar...
Sen Athafwil, Tugok?
What's it saying?
The words that it's using are more archaic than what I've studied.
Come on, Amadea, you've got more than that.
Rish?
Sen Athafwil, Tugok.
I don't know.
Try harder. Surely there must be something you can...
Why do you call?
You can understand it.
Ask it if it knows about the artifacts.
Vilafis, Treror.
Iga Sathem.
Vel.
Vel.
What's it doing?
Lost.
Bosco, we need to find the artifacts.
Ikara, Treror.
Treror. Is.
Does it know where they are?
Ishas?
Legdom Dwil. Legdom Ifas.
Let me go. Let me see.
It needs to get its bearings again.
We need its word that it will not abandon us.
It's a Fae, Inspectore. You can't trust it.
Yes, we can. It's word.
Havar Gershen, Tuartish.
Dom Will Atir.
On its... on...
Honor.
Yes.
Let it go.
You're insane.
Let it go.
Tudwil.
Melroy, Will.
I hope it knows to keep to shadows.
It will be back
tomorrow.
Yes.
Vasco.
Good night.
He's broken.
But he is strong. He will piece himself together, somehow.
And he is also right. It's getting very late.
Too late for an explanation. I have many questions, Inspectore, but...
I'll answer them tomorrow.
Good. Then, I suppose we should call it a night.
Cal!
Something's happened?
What is that about?
I know better than to pry, sir.
No. Damn it.
It's late. Vint, you can spend the night. You don't know why she wants to see you.
The head matron doesn't summon her people to the Hall of Songs unless it has to do with their legacies.
It's the journal, isn't it?
Ah!
Calm down, Cal.
How? I am this close to losing everything.
What are you talking about?
I don't...
Orlana has had one goal since Jaxus died. To find out how and why.
And this journal has the details.
And more. Jaxus wanted to tell the world about us. To use the Sail Heart as evidence that we do leave legacies behind. That we deserve our space on the Singing Tree. He was tired of hiding. Of living a lie, of being safe. He asked me if I would stand with him in this. In fear, I told him that he spoke words of idiocy. That he was being selfish. That night he drank until he could not see reason. I found his body in the back alleys of a tavern the morning after. Tavern owner said he'd picked the wrong fight.
I'm so sorry. When was this?
It's only been a year. But it feels so much longer.
And the journal?
I wrote in it every day for half a year. About the incident. About what I would have done different. About how much I miss him.
You could claim ignorance. Say that she wrote the entries to frame you.
It won't work.
Why?
Jaxus gave me this. It's an embellished Dementicate glyph for the sunset.
The sunset?
As a symbol of the meeting of two entities that were worlds apart, sun and sea, and how beautiful they were together. In the journal, I wrote about how he gave me this tattoo and what it means. The matron will see through the lie if I tell her the journal was fabricated. She will know. And I will lose everything. I will see you tomorrow.
He told me what happened with Jaxus.
That's good.
In just the span of over a year, he's lost two of the most important people in his life. Now his legacy is in jeopardy as well.
Pardon my language, sir, but damn it, he doesn't deserve this. He's already got enough on his plate with the world looking at people like him the way they do. It's not fair.
You shouldn't be drinking. You worry him.
What are you gonna do, sir?
What do you mean?
Stand up for him is what I mean. You're not gonna let him go through that, are you?
Stand up for... Do you know what that means?
It means that you'll be there for him.
It means that I'll be defying the Hall of Songs. This is the way people like him have been treated for ages.
So you believe that it's right, the way they treat him?
Of course not!
Then you'll stand up for him!
It's not that simple.
I don't see why not!
I'm just one man!
So what?! Who cares if you're 1 man or 100? You believe in something, you fight for it. Simple. And you believe in Cal, don't you?
You don't know what you're saying.
I'm too young, so I don't matter, is that it?
No, Vin, please.
I hope you enjoyed your drink, sir.
Herald, this will hurt.
Just get it over with. Is that the last of them?
Yes, Herald. Though, if I might say, the next time you want to heal yourself so rapidly, it would be wise to set the bones right first.
I was under dozens of feet of stone. That tends to complicate healing.
You're right, I apologize. It was quick thinking. Quite likely saved your life.
Dismissed.
For the lady.
You said he would listen.
And he did.
Then why is he not here with me?
It is part of the plan.
The Barati are all gone.
They did not fall into the grand scheme of things.
How could they not? You have told me what we need to do. Unite the city, repair the broken Medea. How does the Barati not accomplish that?
You would not understand.
Then help me too. Help me understand why you brought me to such power, only to strip me of it.
The next piece is in their hands, and they needed help before they acted.
In their hands.
The gears are turning. The rivers are flowing. In time, you will see, my child. But till then, you must have faith.
Yes, milady.
Odd time for reading.
I didn't want to wake the others. You?
Just, thinking. So, you did buy it in the end.
It's a good book. I'm reading about how our people in the Second Canticle still feared the Masquerines.
I suppose you would be interested in that, wouldn't you?
What do you mean?
It's testament to how knowledge can change the world. The moment you understand the power of something, how it works, what it can do, the way you use it, the way it shapes the world changes.
And here I was thinking that you hated history.
Oh, I do. Just, not the lessons you could get from it.
Fair. Fair. What? Have I got something on my face?
No, it's just, the others were right. You are quite different.
If I might be honest,
I'd like nothing else.
when we realized that you weren't with us in the Golden Canvas, I was scared.
How thoughtful.
The last time I felt that way was when I woke up in the Whispering Streets, after what happened in the White Spire.
When you could have helped Invidious.
Yes. It's the fear of losing something that matters. And I dealt with it 5 years ago by thinking that it would be better never to have anything to lose than risk losing it all.
Not completely wrong.
No, but Lysandra, for 5 years, I had the opportunity to be a part of something that was important to me. I denied myself of it, and now I know how much more painful that is. I don't want to do it again.
Still, though, you've changed pretty quickly.
Cicero, I don't think you know how much effort it takes to be mean.
You going to stay out?
I'd like to read a little more, yes.
All right. Good night, then.
You finished your thinking?
Now I have. Yes.
Good night, Cicero.